Hello, my beautiful collective. Elsie here to give you a reading. Thank you for clicking here. If you are new, I hope you will stay. I did see some new people sneak in the side door, so if you're brand new, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see who you are. It makes these collective readings much more interesting when I have your energy. All right, here we go, collective. So these collective readings, I do not date them. I trust you will find it, or it will find you when you're ready to see it. And I will call out the signs as I feel I need to in order to explain whatever's going on in the cards. But please put your intuitive hat on and tell me how this fits for you. I've got a couple of cards that are already popping. There we go. So it's on, collective. It's already on. Here we go. We're starting with the Fool and the Three of Cups. Somebody's toes are off the edge. Here we go. Somebody is moving forward. Someone is just waiting on something. You've made the decision to go. You've been here a long time at the water's edge, wondering and waiting for the wave, right? Waiting for the proper wave to take you out to your destiny, I believe. And this wand, this particular small one here, tells me you've been there for a while. You've been there waiting. Yeah, I feel as though you've been waiting because there is the Fool and the Three of Cups. And I see the Three of Cups as the celebration, the fun, the reunion, the soul tribe, all of the positive things the heart space can offer. I feel it's with people that you know, people that you love, or a person. We have Aries here. We also have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have the King of Swords. I feel like you've decided you need to reunite with someone, collective, because you need some clarity. You could be someone who is Aries. You could be someone who is an air sign. But I feel like it has to do with partnership. You want to know if this person's still on your team. Is this person the same person that you thought you knew in the past? Those are the questions you have because you've been watching them. And I feel like you've been watching them. This is a very strategic card for me because I always get high intelligence from this card. This particular depiction, not only because we have an owl, which also depicts knowledge, but depicts endings and new beginnings. It depicts death as well. I feel like you have questions. You need information. And I feel like this is where you begin. You move forward. You have questions about what you've been watching and whether or not this person is still on your team or not. You might be watching someone growing with the Three of Pentacles. They might be building something and you're watching them build something, which could be maybe they're online and you're watching them build an online business possibly. Could also, they could just be building something in general, building a house. But maybe you want to build with them as well in the future. And that's why you've been watching. And you have a lot of questions. You want clarity. I feel like you're going to be very pointed with your questions. They're going to be very honest, painfully honest, cringy kind of honest. Not mean, but honest. Those are two different things, right? I feel like you've been thinking about this person for a while, but there's been no communication. The person you've been thinking about could possibly be Taurus or Libra, could be an Empress. And that might be the person that you're looking for the explanations from or want to question this person. So the Empress is someone who is all the queens. She has all of the lessons of all of the queens, all of the energies, and she is someone who's very well-rounded because like the Queen of Cups, she will not deplete herself because she also is the Queen of Fire who will always drink first, you understand? So she's very balanced in the way she loves, in the charity she gives. She is in co-creation. This is usually someone who's in childbearing years, doesn't have to be. But whether or not this person has ever been able to have children or ever will have children, this person is a nurturer. It's a mother. someone who is connected to the universe and is in co-creation. They're always creating. This person creates a lovely home. This person thrives to be the person who keeps the home fires burning. I feel like the person that you want to have this new chapter with could be someone who is in the public eye. Only because this particular depiction does indicate that. You can see that the people are cheering at the stage, right? I feel like this person has made a comeback. That's what I feel. It could be the Empress. And either you have made the comeback or this person has made a comeback, and they've made a victorious comeback. Everyone is cheering them on. You see people cheering them on, but I feel like there's no communication between you and the Empress. You could be the person who others are cheering on. Absolutely. Flip it as you need to, right? But I feel like there's no communication. It's quiet. And I think it's only quiet because of healing. I feel like that if you are an Aries, it could be that you're healing right now and not speaking to the Empress. Because we have the Fool over here. I think you're thinking about opening a new chapter with this person because you've seen them winning. They're winning at something, collective. And they are single. They're in a singular energy, probably a business owner, someone who has left their foot in the door just in case you want to come back. Or maybe you've left your foot in the door. There's unfinished business here. And you know it. That's why you've got questions. That's why you want the clarity. I feel like emotionally you've grown in your intellectuality. The way you think, the answers you come to the conclusion of. I feel like you've grown in your intellectual mind. I feel like when you're single, you will be ready to open the chapter with the person that you've been watching win or have a victory. The person who might be in a public eye, you could be in the public eye as well. But the Ten of Swords tells me that the cycle is not yet quite closed. I feel like it's like the foot in the door, as I said. It's like somebody tries to close the door, but you slide your foot in the door and say, no, we shouldn't close this just yet because it's not over. I feel like you're about to make a decision that's going to take you on an adventure of a lifetime. I feel like you've already decided you're going, but you're waiting. You're waiting because of healing, I think. And you've got your toes off the edge here, and I think you've been healing for a while, but I think you're going to be ready to go soon. And you have unfinished business with somebody. You don't want to close this chapter until you know that it's actually closed. And so that's why I think there's going to be some conversation. I feel like you are going to have some conversation possibly with this Empress and find out whether you should turn that World card up or not. I think you're ready to take your karma, whatever that means to you. I feel like you've probably already gone through some karma, and you also could be waiting on the Empress. You could be waiting on the Empress to make a move, but I don't think that's happening. I think that the Empress is up in her head thinking about you. I feel like you don't want to permanently close the door because you know, collective, that there is unfinished business and you have questions that have not yet been answered. You want to know if this person, sorry, I dropped a card. You want to know if this person is the person for you, if they're going to answer your cards. Sorry, not your cards, but your questions. Whether they're going to answer your questions or not. Came out sideways. To me, that's the challenge. And the challenge is, do I move along? Do I move forward? I feel like you want to have a second chance with this person because you offered their cup. You offered a cup to them, or they offered a cup to you. Somebody didn't pay attention. Somebody thought, no, I'm not even going to answer that. This person's not even looking at that cup. I feel like somebody just left the other person hanging. That's what it feels like. But I also feel like this Six of Swords is telling me that you've learned lessons since you've seen this person last. Maybe they weren't an Empress when you saw them the last time. I feel like you're waiting to be single, to move forward. And that is noble. Absolutely is. I feel like you could be a business owner, or maybe they are. Maybe they have a business that's in the public eye, or maybe you frequent their business. Maybe you already know this person. Whether they are online or whether you walk into their business, or maybe they manage a store or something like that. I feel like this person, you watch them growing and winning. That's what it feels like. You want to tell them you've changed. No more secrets. Transformation, right? You also want to tell them that you're ready to close a chapter on something huge. It feels like you're ready to close a chapter so you can begin again. And you're ready to close the chapter on something, but first you want to know, you want to put your toe in the water and find out what's going on. I feel like something is about to end so something else can begin, and this person wants to begin again, and so they're wondering if you're single. Or maybe it's you that wants to begin again and you're wondering if they are single. But there is a transformational energy here. I feel like you, collective, might have felt that somebody was lying to you, or if they weren't lying, they were trying to get away with something, or they were just being silent, not saying anything. But it felt as though there was deception here. You felt cheated and lied to. It's like you knew this person and you thought you knew this person, and they acted the complete opposite of what you thought you knew about them. Whoever's moving on here, I feel like the reason they can move on now is because they've learned lessons. Somebody wants to throw down the burdens, and it might be the King of Wands. So we have, in terms of signs here, we do have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We have the Empress, who is Taurus and Libra. We have the Fool card, which to me is Aries. We also have Scorpio here, so there could be Scorpio energy about. We have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And we have the 4 fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. I feel as though you need to drop burdens with somebody. There's been lies or deceit, or you've been holding back information, or maybe they have from you. But nonetheless, it involves the King of Wands, I believe. I believe it's the King of Wands that wants to drop the burdens because they've now transformed and they understand that there is unfinished business and they should have never left it silent. Because when I see Scorpio, it's like Scorpio doesn't if Scorpio doesn't feel you deserve an answer, Scorpio doesn't give an answer. They will nothing you. They will just leave it. And it will be uncomfortably quiet. I feel like the transformation could be with someone who has Scorpio in their chart. I feel like the transformation is, now I know I have unfinished business and I have to go back. But first I got to drop these burdens. This has become burdensome for the king. The king has been carrying around these wands, burden after burden. But I feel like this king feels like you've always had their back, collective. And that's why they're coming back for the most part. They're passionate about the way you always had their back. If that makes sense to anybody, let me know in the comments. 9 of Swords. Yeah, this person has not been able to sleep. You know, they've been living either too far in the future. And when you live too far in the future, when you're not living in this moment now, when you live too far in the future, it gives you anxiety. Whether you're diagnosed or not, I'm not diagnosing you, but it gives you the feelings of anxiety because you don't know what's coming, you want to know what's coming, and you're not living in this moment. And if you're too far in the past, it can be depressing, having regrets and, you know, trying to relive the things, the words, the comments, the commitments, you know, the connections that you had that were unkind. I feel like you just want to close this cycle. We have the 9 and the 10. I feel there is a progression here to be able to close this cycle and be able to move forward. But I think what the thing is that's on your mind, if you are the King of Wands, is that you're not sure that this person is going to accept your transformation. You're not sure. Unsure. The World card is in the reverse. Could be dealing with someone who is your exact match. Someone who you think is the soulmate. Someone who you see as you. Someone who thinks like you, loves like you, is passionate like you. Maybe you know, well, not maybe, but If this person is someone who is your soulmate, you probably know them already. They've been following you around for lifetimes, or you've been following them. It's said, and I don't know that it's true, but I do believe it's probably a Buddhist teaching, that it's just like we're the same recycled souls. We come back to learn. And as we come back to learn over and over, we're with the same 5 or 6 people, major players in our life. I feel like you want to give this queen reciprocity, because things between you and this person have been off balance. And now that you're feeling balance, you're now emotionally ready for it. There you are. You could be an Aries, could be an Emperor. And the Emperor could be any sign, understand, because the Emperor is an energy. It's the energy of taking charge, moving forward, being the person who decides that they're going for it. But the Emperor is someone who has it all on them, right? They're the person who is carrying the mortgage. You know, they're in the career, they have the business. This person, it's all on them. They make sure that everyone in the household is fed or housed or clothed. Or maybe they own a business and that's their responsibility with all the people that work for them. Got all kinds of things going on here. So I feel like there was no talking. There was silence between you and your person. And I think that's what you want to do. You want to stop the silence. I think that's why you're going in for the talk with the Empress, possibly, or with a fixed sign. I feel like you've been on the outside looking in. You've been watching this person, I feel. And you've been thinking about opening a new chapter with this person. Because the chapter that you had, I feel, was full of hard stuff to get through. Healing, you know, 10 of Swords, not being able to close chapters. Maybe there's some lies and deceit. And you want to let them know that you've changed, you've transformed. Tell me about why this World card is in the reverse, please. The World card is in the reverse because there is healing that had to take place. I feel as though you, after the healing, realized that this person is a soulmate and that you do want to move forward, but you have to go to the crossroads. You have to take a different path so you don't get what you always got. But in order to get that, you have to not do what you always did. I feel like you are moving towards someone who you see that is stable. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Don't have to be, of course, but it's going to work out. The sun says so. The universe says it's coming at you for a reason, so you have a choice to decide what you want to do. Are you going to recognize the soulmate? Because the sun is shining on all of it. The sun is here. It helps you with clarity. You've grown. You've grown, I think, in your intellectualness. I feel that you've transformed because of the sun. And I feel now you're going to close the chapter and begin again with this person, possibly the Empress, or you are just going to close the door. But nonetheless, the sun says, we're in Leo season, go for it. That's what the season is for. Stop thinking about it and overthinking it and thinking about it again. It's not worth it. It's not worth it just hanging there. Make the communication. Stop with the hanged man energy. Stop in the stagnant energy because you can't sleep. You're going over it too much. You're obsessively going over it. It's time to make communication. You'd be surprised how much someone loves you. And I feel like you can make connection and communication with this person because I think the King of Cups represents intellectual growth. Growth within emotional growth, emotional intellectual growth, if that makes sense. The intellectual is here. I feel like you have grown emotionally. You're now emotionally available, emotionally intelligent. So I think that it's easier for you now since the transformation to handle someone who might not be in that same mind frame as you, but understand that the Empress is already there. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much, Collective. I do appreciate you always. Please let me know with a message down below if this is your reading. If you don't want to say anything, that's cool. A thumbs up would do it. Or an emoji. That's cool. I just want to see your name. But if you're interested in anything that's gone on here, if this resonates with you, please go down below. There is a yellow dot in my description, and that will take you over to Wizio, where you can book me for beginning at $40. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.